Good morning, everyone. Today is January 27th. I'm Lynette. This is Grammy Crochet. Welcome to my yarn room today. Today is going to be a totally awesome day. And I know I didn't do a video yesterday because I'm out of fun in 21s, but I missed you guys. So I thought I would do a video again today. It is Wednesday, so it is Whip Wednesday. I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of whips. What do you guys have on your hooks today? I usually have a couple of whips, but I have been like whip crazy. I just whip wild, I think. Maybe I need to do a whip wild Wednesday every episode to keep up with all my doggone whips. I had to keep a list. I made a list. I've never had so many whips, but I'm loving it because it's giving me a variety. I'm going to be overwhelmed when I'm back to work. Now, 3 of my whips are once a month CALs, crochet alongs. 2 of them I'm not going to show you because I showed them and I haven't worked on them since. But I will show you the one that is the newest one for me. I did start the Jada In Stitches whip. The Jada In Stitches CAL. And this is the yarn I used right here in this clear bag that I need to put away, and I didn't. This is yarn I got from my Mark store. That's the Dreamweaver. It comes in the 2-pack. This is what I have left of one skein. And I also used my clear bag from Madonna. I also used this big twist in the color, really cool, Twinkle. I guess it's called Twinkle. Nope, I lied. It's called Gray. And it's got the sparkle in it. And this is what I have left of the one skein of that. This one is 97% acrylic, 3% polyester. It is a 4-weight, and yardage, that's what I'm looking for. 380 yards, 347 meters. So I used, I don't know, maybe not quite half. And this is what I made. Now this is the Jada In Stitches, and I will link the video for this first one. You're supposed to do 1 strip of a mile a minute, and my original idea, I don't spill my coffee, was to do a variegated in the center, and then, good Lord, and then do the solid on the outside. And I did that, and I like it, but the variegated is so busy that I can't see the pattern in the stitch. So you get this really cool stitch in the middle. This one, she called it the something shell, separated shell stitch. And then you do like this granny on the border, this kind of granny-ish stitch on the border. And I don't know how we put them together. Or that's the back side, this is the front side. I guess really there probably isn't really much of one, but anyway, this is what it looks like, and I love it, but you can't see the stitch real well, and it's only about 3 inches wide, and she was using a 5.5 millimeter hook, and I used my 6 because that's my favorite, and I wanted to make sure it was drapier. And so mine is about 66 inches long, and it's about 3 inches wide. Well, you're going to do 12 of these, and I thought that's not a very wide blanket. It's going to be long, or it's going to be more like a wrap, if you ask me. And I want it to be a blanket, and I want my stitches to show better. So I decided that I'm going to do 2 strips, because they really don't take that long. When they call it mile a minute, it really does go quick. So I'm going to do 2 strips. I'm going to do, now you can see the stitch really well in the solid color yarn, and then a variegated on the outside. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go solid outside, variegated outside. The next month will be solid outside, variegated out you know, outside. So I'm just going to repeat this. So the solid will always be up against the variegated always up against the solid, but you'll get both stitches. It might be kind of a busy blanket, but I'm okay with that, because every month is going to be a different color, so it's going to look scrappy-ish, and yet the same. I don't know. This is what I'm doing. And how it turns out is how it turns out, I guess. You don't have to like it. I mean, it's going to be kind of busy, I think, but I think it's going to be interesting. And look around. I like busy. Everything in my house is, there's like no wall space. Everything has pictures or shelving or more pictures. Every wall is pretty much a collage wall, and I like it that way. So that's why it is that way. So anyway, this is January, and I went with these colors because I'm basing it on holidays, and I know technically New Year's Eve is actually, you know, starts in December, but I'm going with New Year's Eve and black tie events. So that's why we have the sparkle and the black and the white and trimmed in sparkle. So that's what I did. Now next month I did have to go a little yarn shopping. I know. No yarn shopping. Well, it's not that I'm not allowed. I mean, I can buy whatever I want. But I do have a lot of yarn, and I really wanted to use my stash. But here's the deal. I made something, and I don't know where the scrap is, so I must have made two things out of this color yarn. And this just, when I first bought it, it was screaming Christmas to me, but then after I used it, I'm like, heck no, that is screaming Valentine's Day. Let me turn this light on and see if you can get a better, oh, that might be better on the color this time, even with my curtains open. I totally love this yarn. The color is called Pink Multi. I don't know. I'm thinking it looks like Valentine's Day. It should just be called Valentine's Day. So it's a couple of colors of pink and white. So I'm going to use this yarn. And I know I have pinks. I know you can look, I have pink yarn. Okay, it's over here somewhere. I have but this pink is very close to the pink inside there. And so and this one is also the mainstay from Walmart. This color is called pink. These are like $2.50 a skein. Yardage, $3.97 in this one, and they're 100% acrylic. And they're 4 weight. This one has 285 yards. So this is going to be February's. And that's my yarn haul. Not much, I know. And then I already have the yarn for March because I'm really excited about this project. Let's see. The March yarn, I know for sure is going to involve this. And I showed you that before. And is it March? No. March is St. Patrick's Day. Okay, I'm just leaving that yarn in there for May and July and September. So I haven't picked out the March yarn yet. That's okay, because March is going to be St. Patrick's Day. So this is it's going on the whip wall. Because I'm done with this until next month. Which is not that far away, but whenever she comes out with the next video. I think she said the first Friday. I think Jada said the first Friday of every month. So I'll be ready. Then I'm going to just interject. My daughter-in-law wants a hat, a messy bun hat in pink. And I have this really pretty alpaca, touch of alpaca in pink. I just pulled these, so they're on top of what I need to show you next. It's called Rose Blush. So I might make this. I haven't worked with alpaca. I don't know if it's going to affect me. But I do have alpaca, so it's a good thing to know. she wants a messy bun hat. Pink's her favorite color. This one is really pretty. So I pulled that one out. And I was also thinking, I have this really pretty Premier, the Aurora yarn. And this, I have 3 skeins of this. And this color is called Rose Hip. And it's got all these other little, like, pretty colors in there. So with this, I could make her a hat and glove set. Maybe a little cowl to go with it. And this, I think, which I don't know why, but I think I only have this one. So this would be a hat, hopefully. So maybe I'll do both. I don't know. But that's going to be another whip in progress. But I just wanted, I pulled the yarn out and I set it on top of my bag. So one of my, next is one of my Make 9s I started. And I've got the collar. And then I got really lost in the pattern, and my good friend Trisha is helping me, but we haven't had a chance to discuss it yet. I got the collar. I think I did that part right. Just reading the pattern. It was a little confusing to me at first, but I figured it out, and I'm going to love wearing this. This is going to be, they're calling it a stole. To me, I think it's a wrap. I think it's going to be square. A rectangular. So it's not like they're calling it a stole. I don't know what's the difference. But I'm making it out of this beautiful hygge yarn I've never used, but have hoarded up some, as Summer would say. And I don't know, oh, okay. This colorway is called Aloe. This yarn is a 5 bulky. Let's see, 70% acrylic, 30% nylon. You can wash it and dry it. It's so soft. And I'm trying to find the yardage. There it is. 5-ounce ball is 132 yards, 121 meters. So far, I'm using, I think, an 8mm hook. One of those really pretty bright colored handled ones from my Clover set, and it worked up beautifully. I mean, it's not the biggest piece of work yet, but it worked up really nice, and you just can't stop rubbing it on your face. So that is my second newest whip. I started it yesterday. I was gonna really knock out a lot of this shawl, or stole, that's what they keep calling it in the pattern, and I will link it. I can't remember who the pattern is by, but I will link it. I will try to link all of these. I can't remember who it's by, but I didn't get too far because I got lost. So then I did crochet a little bit more on this, not a ton. Let's see if I can get it out without pulling it apart, because I really dislike it when I pull it apart. This is my cover up for Amanda. And it's a slow go. Oh, I didn't put in a new stitch marker. Or if I did, I can't find it. But anyway, if you shake it, like one of my subbies told me, it does get longer. So it's getting a little longer. I didn't work a ton on it, just a teeny. Yeah, next week when I go back to work, I'm going to be really mad at myself for starting all of these whips. Now, this is made with Cotton Fair, and I'm using a 4mm hook, which I never used to shove my hooks in my projects, but I started doing that since the first of the year. I don't know why. Usually, I just put a piece of paper in the bag with a note on what I'm doing. But anyway, that's living in this from my son and daughter-in-law, the one that wants the hat. And I forgot. Next time I'll throw the yarn through the hook again. Or through the hole, I mean. Then, let's see, that. Then the big one that I started. I have it living in 2 bags right now. One because I got a lot of yarn and it lives in here. And most of the yarn lives in there. The actual project right now I have in this bag from Madonna just for transportation purposes. I'm using a 5.5mm hook with this. And the yarn is all yarn 1-pounders. Well, no. And a Dreamweaver yarn. So this, here it is, guys. Oh, wait, I'll hold it. Did my clippy clip come off, or did I not clip it well? Okay, I think I did not clip it well. Wait, I gotta fix it. I'm gonna have a huge mess on my hands. I gotta fix it. Hold on. So right now, mostly it just looks like a baby mobile, and you'll find out why I say that in just a minute when I get this clip on here. And it looks like a huge mess because there are little strings everywhere. I did not weave in any ends because I wanted to make sure I could do this before I went to the trouble of weaving in ends. But you can see why it kind of looks like a baby mobile. I have all these yarn balls hanging off. But I have started again, for now the 3rd time, the Van Halen blanket. And I am actually liking it. And look at this other side. Oh my goodness. All these ends drive you crazy. I'm going to spend 3 days weaving in ends. Today, that's going to be a part of the project, is to weave in the ends. I've decided that I'm 20, I think, rows in. And I can do this. I think I have figured it out. And my good, wonderful friend, yarn friend Sharon, sent me the pattern on a PDF from Fiddle Stitch that I couldn't figure out how to make. She sent me the graph, and I'm making it. And I worked a while on this last night, and that's how far I got. But it's like every few stitches you're changing colors, and I'm not really, this is like my second real graph, but this is the graph that I'm working from. This teeny tiny, and you can see where I am right there. I got a lot to go. When I get to, I think some of these parts will go really fast because there's a lot of the same color. I've been doing like a ton of color changing in this corner. They couldn't blow it up bigger. I had it printed at Office Max, Office Depot, whatever we have here. And they couldn't, he said if he made it bigger, my lines would be blurred. So that's as big as it gets. And where there's white, there are no graph lines on the white. That is making it a little more difficult for me as an inexperienced graph user. It's making it a little more difficult. I'm putting X's in the boxes as I'm counting how many I need, so that to make sure that I have the right number. On the other ones, I can just count the boxes, but the boxes are like not really boxes on the white, so I just don't want to screw it up. So I'm being very careful. So it's taking maybe a little longer than maybe somebody with more experience would be able to whip it out quicker. But I do have bobbins to use if I wanted to. But when I ripped it apart the last time, I had all these little balls, so I just used clippy clips and balls, yarn balls. So now I have, like I said, a baby mobile, and hopefully at one point it will no longer look like a baby mobile, but it'll look like a Van Halen guitar. That's what I'm hoping for. I do believe that's all the whips that I have worked on in the last day and a half. I do still have, so I have 3 of the calendar CALs. The Judy from Witch Pete's Crafts Birthstone one. The one from Secret Yarnery, I don't know if she actually named it yet. The last video that I watched where she talked about it, she was looking for a name for it, so I don't know if she's named it yet. And then the Mile a Minute from Jada Stitches. I still am working on Chloe's Tunic. I haven't been able to work on that for a little bit because I need her body physically in front of me to size it, and she hasn't been here. And then I still have my shawl that I'm using with the cotton colors, that real thin yarn, thinner. I'm telling you, it's thinner than the Cotton Fair. I'm using the same hook, the number 4, but I haven't worked on that one in the last couple of days, so I can't show you that because I didn't work on it. Well, that is a lot to have worked on anyway, and like I said, I'm going to be so overwhelmed with whips when I go back to work next week, so maybe I can get something done before then. And I have worked on my class, and I do want to get those projects. I have 6 projects cut out, ready to foil and solder, and I cleaned all the glass really good yesterday so that I could foil it, and then I didn't want to play with it anymore. I wanted to make more whips. Like, what are you doing? As I'm starting them, I'm like, what the hell? Oh well, that's okay. They'll get done eventually. I have all year, right? Well, on some of them. Some of them I need to get done. The 2 skinny ones I need to get done before we go on vacation. 1 year. We go on vacation every year, right? Okay, no pressure. Today is going to be a totally awesome day, you guys. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, but at least I'll definitely see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me in the yarn room today. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, all of those things if you did. If you didn't, that's fine too. I will see you in the next video. Bye.